Alright, what's going on everybody? It's Spyfire here. I'm bringing you a brand new video, and today we are talking about whether or not you should try healing in Legion. So when I first started playing this game, I figured out about the 3 roles, because this was one of like the first MMOs I played, which means I was still learning the roles of an MMO as well, and which are healing, DPS, and tanking. Now, tanking and DPS to me looked really cool. Like the tank, he could just run and hit anything he wanted, and he had like huge gear and stuff like that. I thought it looked amazing. And the DPS, you could be like a sneaky rogue and like 1v1 people and things like that. Like I thought those 2 roles were amazing. But when it came to healing, I always like rid it off. I really didn't understand how anybody could have fun healing in an MMO. Just dealing at all. I thought, how could you have fun if you're not killing people and seeing big DPS numbers? But as of recently, this has changed. A few months ago, I made like some healing videos and some healing montages if you want to check them out. But this is all due. So this all started just because I was sitting on my feral druid, and I haven't had like little to no experience in arena, so nobody wanted to queue with me. Like I never even had like past 1100 rating, which is terrible. So I really just couldn't find anybody that wanted to queue with me on my feral druid. Now this is one huge major healing. I switched to restoration because it was even more OP than it is now back then, a few months ago, and literally everybody wanted to queue with me. It didn't even matter my experience or anything, just because restoration was good and everybody's always looking for a healer. So I just got instant queues for a rated arena, and I started gearing really fast, and I figured out I actually really like healing. It took me all the way to abusing the role just to get fast queues for me to end up realizing I actually enjoy this. Now, what I've come to realize I enjoy more than Restoration Druid, at least at the moment, is Holy Paladin. I think it's just more fun, and you even do more damage, like quite a significant amount more as a healer, which I like that. And I like the OP spells as well, like Bubble and Bop and Lay on Hands, even though that's not even usable in Arena. So yeah, I've been enjoying a lot of Holy Paladin, which is what you're watching right now. And the question of the day is, should you try healing in World of Warcraft, specifically Legion? Now, the short answer to this is yes. I really think you should try it out. If you have never played healer, or you always rid it off as not being fun, I think you should try it out. Now, I've mostly only healed in PvP so far. I've done some raids, like nothing really past LFR, like super easy stuff, which, I mean, all the easy stuff is super boring, so I can't necessarily recommend it for PvE yet, because I just haven't done enough of it to judge. But for PvP, I made it to like 1750 rating, which isn't that high, but it's enough that you realize I played on my Resto Druid. And my HPAL isn't there yet, but I've been playing quite a bit, and I've been enjoying it. I think PvE, it's fantastic. I love the CC. CC is like a huge part of being a healer. Like if you're a Resto Druid, you're just cycloning kids or displacer beasting into a mighty bash. Like there's tons of plays that still can be made if you're a healer. That is one of the biggest reasons why I always didn't want to try healing, was just because I think you could do like these huge, like the appeal to seeing huge numbers when you're doing DPS is crazy. Like I love it. Like I love playing feral, all like that burst damage. You see huge numbers, you bite kids and then you kill them, whatever. But healing, you really see the same thing but to a different effect. You're just healing your allies. Like even on Holy Paladin, like you got like the Divine Steeds into the Hodges, which I love so much, and you still make plays like being silent 6 seconds and then popping wings and basically just popping all your cooldowns and saving both your teammates in arena. I've done that so many times. I love it. And even in battlegrounds, since you could use Lay on Hands on a Holy Paladin, you can make insane plays with that. So yes, healing actually is fun. I'd say it's just as fun as DPS, if not more so currently, is the way I see it. And another huge reason is the easy queues. That just brings me back to the first point I made. I just started trying it just so people would actually play with me. That's literally the reason. You get easy queues in PvE and PvP, and you find people so much easier if you heal, just because nobody else really wants to try it. I understand like a lot of classes can't even heal, so there's a huge reason why there's a lot more DPS than healers. but still a lot of people just don't even give it a go. Like they're playing a druid, they just never tried the restoration, or they're playing a paladin, they never try holy, etc, etc. Give it a go, you might end up liking it more than your DPS spec if you've never tried it. You never know. Also, I've heard from a lot of streamers, World of Warcraft streamers, that are good at arena and whatnot, and I hear from people in general, a good way to learn arena if you're new to it is by healing. I think a large part of that is you actually get queues with people even if you have no experience and things like that. You can learn the game if you plan to switch back to DPS or just become a better healer, whichever. Or it's a good way to just learn arena, which is what I'm still working on, learning arena and getting better. So the biggest downside, if not the only downside to healing, from my point of view, is the fact that you're not self-sufficient. Like, being in an area in arena or even in world PvP or anything like that by yourself just isn't good. Like, you just aren't good by yourself compared to like a feral druid or really any DPS spec. You can just roam around by yourself and find a 1v1 or maybe even win a 1v2 because you played really well, something like that, just randomly in world PvP or a battleground. But you just can't do that if you're a healer. Now that doesn't really apply to arena because you don't just go wandering around in arena, you're always with a group anyway. Yeah, that and not in dueling is just always bad as a healer. Like, I know Disc Priest does even more damage than Holy Paladin, so that can probably work out better, but dueling's another thing that just isn't really full. But besides that, I don't really see any downsides to healing. I think it's super fun. It almost, I would say, as fun, if not more, than DPS. You get super fast queues, you can make huge plays, everybody likes you. Everybody likes you if you're a healer. They want to be your friend just because you're healing them, and it's incredibly hard to find a healer. And you get experience. And yeah, I really don't see very many negatives besides the one. And that's really all I have to say about it. I just really wanted to make this video about if you should try healing, if you're on the fence. I don't know. If you've never tried it, you just saw this video, you're like, what the heck, let's watch it. And maybe you might try it. Maybe I've convinced you. If not, it's whatever. Keep playing DPS. It doesn't really matter. Please do remember to like, comment, and sub if you are new. And this has been it, guys. I'll see you in the next video.